She won most talkative in high school, and she has been running her mouth ever since. Welcome to the Lisa Fisher Said podcast with your host, Lisa Fisher.
Okay, kids, it's that exciting time where the Lisa Fisher Said podcast does the amazing What to Watch episode. We've had people write into the show as if this is 1960. But Allison Johnson texted me once and said, next time you record one, I want to come. So she's here. She's our special guest. Stevie's here. Of course, Darren and Jeffrey are the backbones of the whole Lisa Fisher Said empire. And Natalie Sanderson is with me right now. And we're naming this the Parents Are Stupid episode. Shout out to Allison for thinking of it.
That was really good because it sums up our whole episode.
I will say on Friday when she said, yes, I can come, she goes, go ahead and give me a cheat sheet of my assignment.
Yeah.
So I said, these are the ones you have to watch. And all of them have the Parents Are Stupid could have been the subtitle.
It just gets like more impressive. Each thing we talk about how stupid these people are.
And so what we try to do is chronologically. And so this is being recorded the week of Thanksgiving in November of 2022. We will start a new list tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we'll start from November, December, January. I can't do math, but I think it's like those are the months. And then we do this again. Mm-hmm. So we're starting this from September of 2022, which feels like a lifetime ago that we watched the Untold, the girlfriend who didn't exist on Netflix.
Oh, man. That's so stressful.
Manti Te'o.
Manti Te'o, bless it. Okay.
Parents Are Stupid, and he was kind of dumb too. That sums it up.
Kind of dumb. I can't even like put all of the blame on the parents because he's an adult. Mm-hmm. And so this was like a catfish story.
Oh, it was. Right? It was really the original catfish story it made. Time Magazine, ESPN, because of his notoriety as this up and coming football player who wanted to. And again, what happens to Natalie and I every time we start talking, somehow the Mormons get involved.
It's weird. It really creeps in everything.
He is LDS, and I don't know if it's a gullible component of the church.
It blows my mind because every time we talk about this, we always harp on the parents and we really go off on that tangent, which makes sense. But in this case, we have this up and coming like new football player that everybody wants, like Notre Dame and all of the. Like
he was like finalist for the Heisman, but did not win it. I mean,
well, they don't think he won it because he got catfished so bad, and wasn't it he had an online gal pal for 4 years? 4 years,
y'all. It was a long
from
time.
High school through college, or was it all in college?
It may have been. Darren's trying to remember. Just college, yeah. It was someone.
He never met her.
No, and he said he loved her, and they would say, well, what does she look like? Well, this is her picture, because anyone can send in somebody's picture.
Well, it's like a stock photo.
Totally.
Because
the girl from the stock photo gets interviewed. Right. Remember, she's
like, never heard of these people. I am so uncomfortable that she was mortified, as would be.
But you're not ready. If you haven't seen it, you're not ready who did the catfishing, because she, not a looker. No. Let's be delicate.
Let's just say she didn't look like the profile pic or any of the photos that she had submitted to her boyfriend.
No, at all. And
so it was a legit catfish.
Yeah, because wait, didn't she die too?
Oh yeah, she died in a car wreck.
Oh my gosh.
Or her parents did too, or something. And
grandmother was sick or something.
She played all the roles. She did different voices. She did different. All the bases were covered. This was an impressive.
Academy Award winning.
Absolutely impressive. But
for 4 years. When they kept this up for 4 years.
They finally found out, and then the media found out, and that dude was toast.
Womp, womp, womp.
I mean, Manti was just eviscerated by the country. And that was sad because, honestly, I was kind of confused, why he was being treated so poorly about it. And then I was like, so he got catfished. Why would that do something to his career? Why would that impact it at all?
Shows poor judgment.
Right.
And NFL was showing up at his door.
Yep.
And when you're a Heisman Trophy finalist, you're the top pick.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, his top pick.
Because he's a big, dumb ding-dong.
He's a big, dumb ding-dong.
Yeah.
We are so eloquent in the way that we describe these people.
This is also gentle talk.
Right.
But
When
his
the
parents
cameras
are
are off.
crying.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
his
you know me in my mouth.
I know.
His parents are crying. I'm like, it's not about you.
Yeah.
But they're crying, I think, a lot of it because they're so mad at their son. And like, they blame him for a lot of it, which... Sure, of course. But at the same time, like he still got catfished. Yes, he's an idiot.
For 4 years.
But like he was really talented. It's a real shame. And you know, it just shows the power of the internet and what people can do to each other. And you know, this like ruined like a part of his life. I mean, I think he's okay now, but like that's crazy that that's capable. Like that was able to happen.
He ended up marrying.
Yeah.
A real
someone
person.
that obviously didn't know who he was.
Yeah, a real person.
Right.
Because he's a doll too.
He's a living doll.
Yeah, and it's
adorable.
a shame. And I do think he was just super gullible and innocent.
Oh,
and
yeah, he was an innocent.
But wouldn't you, after a few months, want to see the person? And,
they said, "I love you."
Oh, he loved her. He never saw, or I mean, like then his parents were going.
They never FaceTime.
Yeah. Well, didn't she always have like a bad connection?
Yeah, I mean, the catfishers know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's not their first rodeo, okay?
No.
These are professional con artists.
Yeah.
And, you know, have you ever seen the movie Catfish?
No, but...
Oh, you would sweat through your shirt.
Okay, well, I kind of sweat through my shirt on this one.
Well, I'm going to make you watch that too.
Oh, okay.
So
we often have assignments, and
that's what we do here.
That's what we do. So, Catfish the movie.
Okay.
Oh, I've watched a lot of things through the years for your per your suggestions. So that's Untold, the girlfriend who didn't exist, and then also subsequently we watched Untold, the Caitlyn Jenner story. Now, again, it was a few months ago. It was enough for me to write it down. But I think it opened my eyes on some things about Caitlyn Jenner because it was showing, because I think these have a genesis maybe in some sports.
It seems it's all sports themed.
Okay, they were
like
all sports
scandals, Untold, like stories.
Okay.
You know, she got to tell her story within a sports venue.
That's true. That's the way
which
to put it.
she deserves.
Yes. Yeah,
she's
that's
an
right.
Olympic.
She was the
gold medal
greatest when she was Bruce Jenner was the greatest athlete who ever lived.
Right.
So yeah, she got to tell it that way.
And she deserved it, but I mean, that what a hard.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I go back and forth because I want to say I can't imagine that inner turmoil of feeling trapped and not being able to be yourself. But she's also a bajillionaire.
So
I'm going to tell you, I think money does fix everything.
Oh, right.
You heard it here.
That's right. No one's going to argue with you on that. The next one, anytime Ron Howard is behind a camera, you need to watch it.
Yes. I haven't watched this yet, though.
Oh,
I'm like, yes, you do.
Right.
Now tell us about it, Lisa.
Okay. This one is called 13 Lives.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
It's on Amazon Prime. If you take Xanax daily, go ahead and take 2 that day.
Okay.
If you just have them in the cupboard for the times that we make you watch things that make you nervous, then just take 1.
I have like a thing for rainy days.
Okay.
A little
Girl,
capsule.
This is something, and it's long. It may be 2.5, 3 hours long.
So take my Adderall too.
Right, chase it. Hey, Elvis.
Yeah.
Take
Let's
some
just
uppers
chew
and
it up
some
and put it
downers.
in my little tequila.
This one tells the story of those kids that were on the soccer team in maybe Indonesia. I can't remember. And remember, the monsoons came in so quickly. And so they tell the story. And what you're going to do is what I did. You're going to stop it halfway. You're going to Google, did they live?
I always Google the ending.
You will never be able to get through without knowing, yes, they lived. But it is so gripping because they were stuck in this cave for, Allison, could you look that up real quick?
I've already got it.
Okay, thank you. How many days were they stuck in the cave?
And did they have to like engage in remember the movie Alive?
Okay, you're not ready for the
Did
water
they have
rescue.
to
You're not
do something that rhymes with schmanimalism?
Okay, no, they did not have to do schmanimalism, but
This isn't Lord of the Flies.
this is not Lord of the Flies, right? But for
Great
them to get to the rescue, it's hard to talk about without me because you can't breathe for them. They had to immerse them in water for 8 hours.
Forget it.
Like it makes. Listen to me.
I would have quit.
8
I would have
hours.
said, Jesus, come get me.
But
I'm
listen,
out.
they had to sedate them, and every hour or so, like give them some more oxygen. MDs, medical doctors had to do it to her anesthesiologist, who this is all they did, was help people stay anesthetized, whatever. Yes. Yes. So how many days were in there? 18 days. They
had anesthesiologists on hand.
They went and got them the best in the world.
Wow.
And they flew there. And they were saying, you can't do this. This is not possible. What country was it? It was in Thailand.
Oh.
They said, you're not capable. And they said, yes, we are. And they were older men who were seasoned in either Olympics or some type in like combat.
Major athletes.
Yes.
Like the equivalent of Navy SEALs.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
Navy
equivalent
SEALs.
of Navy SEALs, that's right. And to watch them, each child had to be put under. And so it took days for the rescue. And so you were the family not knowing, because there wasn't like a cell phone to say, hey, you got my boy on the
No
gurney?
walkie-talkies.
Nothing.
No cans with
and
string.
you didn't know if they were going to make no cans and string. You didn't know if they were going to make it. And then they would bring them up out of the water. I got chills. And the family's like going, my boy made it. Now's the next boy to make it.
It might be too much.
I'm telling you, it is.
Just this description has worn my butt out.
I know, right.
So I'm going to put it on my list.
Okay, that's your list because I have Catfish the movie on my assignment.
Well, yours is a little different than that.
Yeah, well, okay. A little
Different type of trauma.
Right. Well, that 13 Lives. And again,
Okay.
it's Amazon Prime and it's Ron Howard. So anything
starring
he
it. I'm
does
starring
is
it right now.
amazing.
It's true.
Okay, did we start The Patient?
I finished The Patient.
Okay, and this is
Steve Carell.
And
It's that
Will
cute.
Ferrell?
No. It's not Will Ferrell. It's the cute guy from that movie, that rom-com which is neither rom nor com, but it's called About Time. And it's with this cute guy who's in it. I can't remember his name.
Allison's
He's British, I think.
doing our work.
And Rachel McAdams. Anyway, he's really adorable. Of course, not so much in this because he plays a serial killer that has kidnapped Steve Carell, his therapist.
Oh, that's
to help
unfortunate.
him not be a... Domhnall Gleeson.
Okay, new name to me.
He's super cute. Domhnall Gleeson.
Okay.
And he wants him to make him not a serial killer anymore because his therapy wasn't working. Well, let me tell you something. The episodes are like 20 minutes long, and then you have to wait a week. It's like little shorts, and I was so mad at myself that I was continuing to watch it because nothing was happening. I was like, look, someone needs to get murdered.
That's why I dropped it after 2 or 3
I don't
episodes.
blame
you. Okay, you did too, Allison?
I don't blame you. And
So you're
I was
saying-
really mad when I finished it. You know what I said to the TV?
What'd you say to the TV?
Beep, beep.
You
Lots of
said
beeping.
Beep, beep.
Yeah, it was
How many episodes? Like 8, 10?
like 9. Yeah, like 9 or 10.
So
and
you-
I was just so mad that
Okay.
I even did it.
Thank you. See, I got to episode
Steve Carell,
3.
I mean,
abandoned
he's
it.
a good dramatic actor. I get what they were doing. There's so much stuff they could have done with this.
And they didn't.
And well, yeah, no. And the end, you're like, okay, well, sure, that's what would really happen. But you've taken me on this emotional roller coaster to do what I know would happen in real life. So I'm seeing it on my television program. Get bent. That's not what I'm here for.
Okay.
I'm here for fake. This isn't a true story.
Yeah. So you're waiting
So
for him.
imagine what happens.
You're right. You're waiting for him to self-destruct or something. This
Or for
first-
Steve Carell to escape. And
Or
to,
something. Okay.
To talk
All
the
right.
guy out of it. And just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, a movie would have been
The
fine.
problem was that if you watched it streaming and they dropped all of them, but like it had, they dropped the first 3.
20 minutes, 15 minutes, 18 minutes each week.
Okay.
I'm like, this is stupid.
Hulu, please reach out to us.
I say skip it.
Because that's
Skip
not
the
a
patient.
stream. That's skip
Skip
the
the
patient. We're gonna say
Skip
skip it. Okay. In the same regard as waiting for something big to happen, like I need to see a boob or something.
Totally.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Totally.
I waited.
thought it was adorable.
And waited.
Because I watched 2 episodes.
Oh, I think they're 18.
I know.
It is insane.
It just wasn't stopping. And I got to tell you something.
Did they end up winning?
I don't know.
Okay, Allison, did you see anybody see it?
I can't. I love the idea of it. I was
too.
like, this is so cute, and I love the camaraderie and like how sweet and that Ryan Reynolds
Me
and
too.
Rob didn't know each other and
So
blah blah. And I'm like,
cute.
oh, isn't it cute when
Me
like really
too.
rich people buy sports teams together?
Without
This is going to be
meeting.
hilarious,
Right, without me.
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
I mean,
it's if you love soccer, sure.
But wait, we've already had a soccer thing. Have you met Ted Lasso?
Yeah, it's just like it's just not. They're trying to do a real life Ted Lasso.
I know, and now somebody else is doing soccer. I was like, people, try something else.
I love soccer, but there was no like. I want to see Ryan Reynolds and Rob. What's his name from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I want hardcore comedy. They need to be funnier together, and it was just like total snooze.
Real, right? I mean, the people who canoe out here in the Arkansas River, more exciting.
Oh, if I could, it was lazy.
It was lazy. Yep.
Yeah, they just like they didn't like want to be there. Almost, it was like they just there wasn't like a lot of.
Hey, they were desperate because remember they said it was the middle of the pandemic. They were sitting around, twirling their
maybe not a good time
mustaches, and they were going,
read the
bored.
room. Yeah, it's not a good time.
Right.
You should really just wait on that then.
So we don't know if the team ever won. They were in last place the 4 episodes I saw. Then I said, forget. I threw something.
I just think we would have heard if they had won. And
That's
we
true.
have not.
That's true. We would have seen a headline someplace.
I follow Ryan Reynolds on Instagram. I didn't see anything about that.
Oh, he never. Okay.
No.
Then we're saying skip it.
Skip it.
We're going to get to some that we're going to definitely say stream it. But Bad Sisters, I do like one of the gals in it. I saw a couple of episodes.
Love it.
Your dad loves it. And I got distracted and I never finished.
I haven't finished it either.
Okay.
But it's so good. It is so funny that why do I not remember people's names? That actress, she's like wrote it, and she was in Catastrophe or something else we watched.
Have y'all seen Catastrophe?
And it's so good.
She's so good.
Bad Sisters, I would say don't skip it. I'd say binge it because it's all out now and binge it, and it's hilarious. And it's like they're investigating a murder of their sister's husband,
right?
And it's this like gaggle of sisters.
Like
There's like
four or five
sisters, and you kind of see all these different ways. And I think that's a definite stream.
And don't we call it murder dirter?
When people get murdered.
When people get murdered.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to start getting into the nitty gritty, people. And
some darkness.
There is big darkness. That Army Hammer, baby, easy on the eyes, but he's a criminal.
Okay, so I refuse
House of Hammer, Discovery Plus.
I cannot purchase another streaming app.
Oh,
straight up.
You've got my. Don't we have each other's logins?
I have your Paramount, but I don't have. Discovery Plus Shimala Ding Dong. So I'm waiting for it to come out.
Either?
I need it to come out on something else.
You need to watch it.
I've seen clips. I know everything about it, and I've read about it.
He's a criminal.
I was at first when I heard about it coming, I was like, you can text whatever you want, man. Like people text weird things all the time. Like that's not. And then obviously,
it was more than text.
Came out.
Yeah, more came out.
And I read that his wife actually watched it. And she was like,
ouch, awkward.
Yowza. Yeah, she said it was very hard to watch. Like,
really?
What else? Any other thoughts, wife?
Deep.
Any other mentioning? Or
he's not even in the continental U.S. right now. No. He's supposed to be on some exotic island because
he's back. He's back.
Yeah, that's right. He's Arm and Hammer.
Yes.
The baking soda people.
The family has so much darkness built in within the family. Is so
generational.
Dark. Just very, very bad.
Yes.
And I think that Call Me By Your Name is one of my favorite movies. That's the movie I fell in love with Timothée Chalamet when they're in Italy and Army Hammer is in it. And he ruined a sequel option.
Yeah.
So I'm still upset. I'm not more upset about that, but I don't like it. So I just know that when I initially thought he just was sending creepy text messages, I was like, whatever, dude.
I agree.
I'm not gonna.
I agree.
This cancel culture gets a little bit out of hand. But
I was tracking the whole time.
You can't. Sexual assault is not a text.
That's what it was.
Absolutely.
So crimes were involved.
Yep.
And as of this recording, I don't know. See, I'm off Facebook and I don't know what's going on with the world. We'll discuss another time. They booted me off and it's a terrible thing.
It did you a favor.
Yeah, I know, but except I missed these kind of headlines.
No, you don't. This is something we can just get it on people.com or I'll send it to you. Just
then
page 6.
Somebody let me know if the DA in LA ever
they haven't done anything yet. And
that's
Robert
wrong.
Downey Jr. actually took him under his wing and let him stay at his house.
Wait, what?
Because of the drugs, I think, that were involved.
Okay.
There's not enough.
Jack Sparrow? Jack Sparrow going to show up too? I mean,
that would be interesting.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I think that
birds of a feather kind of thing.
But Robert Downey Jr. is known as one of the loveliest men, the most loyal man to his wife in Hollywood.
I know, but
I don't understand it.
So I was thinking I thought they were in cahoots, maybe doing something.
No,
illicit.
he just like since all of the charges and
Okay.
everything, when he came back to the United States, Robert Downey Jr. let him stay at one of his homes that he wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Well, yeah, because the LA County Jail is probably 3 hots and a cot in what he's used to.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This
is one of the most privileged MFers probably in the world.
Yeah, right.
So
right,
he's
right,
just
right.
like, I'm not going to get in trouble.
Inordinate wealth.
Yeah.
I hope he has some contrition or something.
Yeah, he
to
needs.
say-
There's got to be some ramifications.
Right, I hope so.
Here.
Harvey Weinstein. I mean, it's up there with.
Oh yeah,
He was on that trajectory.
yeah.
he would have.
He was on the path.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's getting divorced.
he is.
Oh yeah,
getting
she's got a
divorced.
boyfriend. His wife is already seeing someone else, and
Okay,
that's
good.
all.
Well,
Yeah,
good for her.
She bounced.
Okay, so that is
So to
under
speak.
the Parents Are Stupid banner too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
nobody.
He's been enabled and given like
Yes.
a red carpet for bad behavior.
Yeah, third generation.
Yeah, the
And-
entitlement is.
And remember,
Yeah.
his father even maybe was the one with mental illness
Mm-hmm.
and had the orgies, and the rifle may have shown up, and there were naked people. I mean, it's some crazy story.
I mean, do you have an orgy? Don't get guns involved, and
you.
let's just like keep it clean, people.
That's right.
You can make a clean orgy, I'm
Right.
sure. I don't know, but I imagine it doesn't have to be violent.
I really hadn't thought much about it, but you're probably right.
Me either. It's just like, everybody keep it light. Keep it light.
This next one is also under Parents Are Stupid, but this one, Mama Was Stupid, and thank you, Dateline, but it's Sins of Our Mother on Netflix.
Lori Vallow,
Lori Vallow.
who is competent to stand trial for the second time. She's been declared competent for trial.
Wow.
She in trouble.
I hope so.
So Chad, what's Chad's last name?
Daybell.
Daybell.
Don't
He's
act
on
like you don't
trial.
remember.
I know. I just didn't want to give away how big of a loser I am. Anyway, so they're both going to be tried together. And,
that Hawaii jaunt didn't help them escape the
No,
authorities.
they murdered her children.
That's right.
Or Alex, her brother. That's the
And the
LDS
ex-husband, ex-wife.
and ex-husband.
And y'all, it's a crazy story. So if you're not privy to this one, the Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, the story was told on Dateline, and that's when they probably started their podcast. Like it was
Mommy Doomsday.
Yes, Mommy Doomsday. Oh my, was that
last year.
2020? Okay, 2021 maybe. Whew, girl, it is good. And so it breaks down the whole story. Now this is more the video accompaniment, and they covered it just as well
Her
as we
son
remembered it.
is the main character in
He's good.
this series on Netflix, and you really feel
hate it.
just the disappointment, just the
Hate
shock,
it
and
for
just
him.
it's just so it's really sad.
It's his mother. I mean, he loved his mother, and she was very
Not anymore.
Right. She was very charismatic,
And her mother,
and
who stood by her, who
wait,
did not wear sunscreen one day in her life.
clearly. I made an appointment.
Magda
I made
from Something About Mary.
It's exactly who it was.
Yowza. I do like her pink lip. I like a frosty lip
It's
on a
bit
real tan
much.
person,
I mean,
but it's not.
2022
It's- yeah.
and 72. We
She's
could do
not.
that.
This isn't 1993.
I've never seen skin like that.
She just she needs a serum.
She does.
Yeah, she needs a serum.
She needs a serum.
I mean, I'm up to 4.
Right, me too. I'm getting up there.
It's no joke.
So, Sins of Our Mother, definitely
watch
need
that.
to watch it.
Because
binge it.
especially with the upcoming trial that's going to be in 2023.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to
that
be
trial-
gnarly. We're going to learn even more stuff that we don't even know about yet that
Right.
they're going to uncover.
Right, it's really, really good. Okay, here's Parents Are Stupid. Another,
And people are born bad.
and that's Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Dahmer on Netflix.
Yikes. I abandoned that one once he had a gallbladder, ate it like it was a fine delicacy.
Well, like a Fruit Loop or like a...
Yep. I mean,
like a
cut
gusher.
it with a fork and knife. I
Gusher.
mean, it's delicious with A1 sauce.
But also, this is the first depiction, like we've all watched all the Dahmer things,
Yes,
like
right.
we've seen all this, but this was the first time that I noticed they humanized the victims and they told the victim stories, and it wasn't just like, man 1, man 2, 14-year-old, man 3. And it was just like, these people were human beings.
With siblings.
In the
families.
family, and they gave the victim backstories, which made it even more, I don't want to say gut-wrenching, because I feel like those are the wrong words.
Yeah,
in
let's
this
not talk
case.
about guts at
No
this
guts.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, it made it way more
Disturbing.
like real, and they humanized him. But I noticed I didn't feel sorry for him, but I had moments of like, damn, like, oh,
Well, the
that
mama was
sucks.
coo-to-coo.
Well, the mom was
And mentally ill.
Mean. Richard Jenkins plays the dad, and he was mean too. I mean, like he left, and like his kid was like Evan Peters plays Jeffrey Dahmer, and he was the guy in Mayor of Easttown who won the Emmy for Murder Dirter, and he's in all of the American Horror Stories. He's amazing, an amazing actor.
And is this American Horror Story?
No, it's
Origins?
the Ryan Murphy.
It's Ryan Murphy. Yeah, and he's good at everything.
He's good at everything he does. But I think it was really well done. I know that it's hard to do anything with like a story like that for the families, and I can't imagine. But
I think the families did. Some of the families did complain,
of course,
about it because it glorified, and they didn't feel like all of their story was told.
Well, it was told more than it's ever been told before.
That's right.
But who am I to say? But I just as a viewer, and that I follow serial killers my whole life, and not in a weird way. So everybody just. Don't turn this off and call 911.
No.
It's a fascination.
It's
it's how their brain works and like why they do this and how they get to this point and like why are they so good at it?
I felt that way in Girls Next Door when I watched the people who lived with Hugh Hefner. I would wonder why.
Well, that's called daddy issues and damaged trauma.
That's what my husband wants to open a strip club and name it Daddy Issues, but that's another story.
Well, we'll have to revisit that.
With Dahmer, when Niecy Nash shows up, I mean, she brings it. I didn't even know it was her because she's the way she's out there going, Jeff, what's that smell?
Well, it's just like nobody listened to her. The neighbor was calling the police every day, and she tried to save so many lives, and she would have. But the police did not listen to her. They returned a 14-year-old boy back to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Can you believe that?
Yes, I can.
Oh my gosh.
It was just like, was the early 90s?
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s? Yeah.
90s 93? Okay. No.
Oh, we were like, what else, Sarah? 91,
Sorry,
92?
We're old. I didn't know.
So that's
Darren
a good one
gives
to
us
watch,
hand
but you
signals.
don't have to finish it. You get it. You'll get it.
You'll get it. Okay, and I just did an oldie but goodie, and I'll ask you if you have one. But so Hulu is kind of bringing it because the Kardashians and some other things that we're watching. But there's an oldie but goodie called Difficult People.
Yes.
Y'all, it is so,
I love
have
it.
you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
It is so good.
Billy Eichner?
Yeah, Eichner. Yeah.
So he's incredible.
And
the whole show, I've only seen the first season, but it's so good.
He's gay and she's straight, but they're a bitchy best friend, you know, and they bitch at each other about everything. And they're so inappropriate.
Well, he was in this movie that he wrote called Bros.
Oh,
and that just came out, but it's hilarious. It's absolutely
Did you ever
hysterical.
See it? Okay.
Stevie
doesn't love it.
Rolling, well, why?
We know why.
I do. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was hysterical aside, love story or not, but it was still really funny and well done.
So anyway, Difficult People, something from 2015. It's a dinosaur now, but it's really good. Okay. Speaking of Hulu, Reboot's so
really good.
Funny.
It's so funny.
Have you
Greer.
seen it?
I watched all of it last
Yeah.
night.
Judy Greer. I haven't finished it.
Are they 30-minute episodes, 25?
Yeah, 30.
So you kind of have it on. You kind of are just sitting there, and then you hear, my favorite line was, I thought gay people were supposed to be fun. So Paul Reiser, who is in Mad About You in the 80s and early 90s. So that's that character, but he's an old man now. He's in his 60s, and so he comes back trying to reinvent himself because his daughter, who comes out during the episode, and so they have different writing styles and humor has changed.
And they're rebooting his original show.
That's right. His original show. So he's somehow back in the mix, though they really didn't want him because they bring him in. And then the cast is torn as to who they really want to be loyal to, but they're all crazy on their own.
And they're older now from it's like
cast.
doing a reboot of like Full House kind of.
Yes.
And they're older, and Judy Greer.
Y'all, Judy Greer, do y'all remember her in Arrested Development?
Yeah, Kitty.
Oh my gosh!
I can watch Judy Greer in anything. I love her in everything she does.
Gosh,
she's like
she's
a really,
good.
really, really good person.
She is really, really good.
Well, I don't know her, but she's a really good actress.
Yes, I thought gay people were supposed to be fun because he wasn't fun and he ends up being fun. And so they all kind of redeem the character that starts off.
Yeah, and they're all in different points in their lives
Yeah.
now. So it's just interesting to see where they all are mentally and like with their art because it's been so long.
That's right. And they are all so good. The kid who is the kid store and he grows up.
Oh my God.
He's
Such cringe.
such cringe. But you can't turn away.
No, it's so good.
And Keegan-Michael Key is
amazing.
good at everything he does.
Amazing. Remember, we loved
what
him
was-
in Playing House.
Oh,
Key and Peele. I can always watch Key and Peele.
Key and Peele anytime.
Always.
Also, he did something else that we liked. What was the College Friends that got back together?
Yeah, that was College Lives or like
Something. And he,
yeah, and he was good, but that got real stressful. There were like a lot of affairs in
Yeah,
that show.
I know.
I was sweating bullets.
yeah, it was
Friends from college.
That was
Yeah.
it. He's just good at everything he
is.
does. And one of my favorite scenes is when, in fact, on one of those shows, it comes up on Instagram all the time. It's when he's a teacher in the classroom and he's trying to make every name more ethnic. And like Jacqueline, he goes, Jacqueline.
Oh, right.
And they're like, no, it's Jacqueline.
Right. And that's
he
with
goes,
Jordan Peele, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Black K. Black K. And he was like, well, it's Blake. Oh, you're telling me this name. And he's just good at everything
He's
he does.
just,
so
yeah, he's really funny.
definitely
He's so
check
good.
that out. Okay, we're going to take a break. Come back. Sit right there. Okay, it's our, we had halftime and we're back. We huddled.
Yep.
And here we are.
Feels
we're
good.
going to pick up some other things.
Yep.
So far we had a few skip it. Then we've done binge. So what did you think of The Watcher on Netflix?
I lasted 3 episodes.
See,
till
not
I
everyone
Googled
loved it.
Till I Googled it, and then I was like, oh, I'm not going to get a resolution here.
You're not.
I did. It was entertaining, but it was like right at the end of the Dahmer, and it was overlapped
It was-
with like
yeah.
Killer Sally, and like there were other things that
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just so overwhelmed that I'm gonna like read this BuzzFeed article where it tells you what's going on according
It's the
to
Cliff Notes.
BuzzFeed is like my New York Times.
Your Bible.
Sure.
Right. You
I
have
don't
a
want to
quiet
know the
time
real
at-
news. That's not my
Right.
jam.
Right.
Just tell me what's going on. Or tell me if I need to get in a bunker. But
I'll text you.
Yeah, just let me know. But The Watcher, the cast is insane.
It is insane.
Like Naomi Watts,
Right. Naomi Watts
Bobby
is great.
Cannavale, whatever.
That one.
He's married to Rose Byrne in real life.
Oh.
And then,
who else is in
you
it?
know, White Lotus. She's Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge.
But she
right.
not funny in this.
No,
She
funny.
creeper.
Yeah. So
But
who's
she can do everything.
okay? Who do you think then is the Watcher? Who's writing the letters?
I thought it was her.
I did
thought
too.
it was Jennifer Coolidge.
Have you seen it, Allison?
No, I did what Natalie did. I read the
Yeah, I just know what happened.
Synopsis.
and
Yeah.
got to the point before, and so I watched 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, click.
Yeah.
I live alone. I don't
Yeah.
need anything.
Well,
Same.
it's-
I'm like, okay,
yeah.
my dog's now blind. He's not going to do a lot.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
and Bear is old. He can't do anything.
it's nerve wracking, when somebody, the dumbwaiter, and then the neighbor who's special needs rolls up out of there.
married couple,
And the
they were the scariest
love
part.
her, Margot.
She's an amazing actress.
oh,
She's incredible.
yeah. She was in Sneaky Pete.
Yeah.
which is one of my all-time favorites.
That is one of your weird little favorites.
Lo-
You love Sneaky Pete, and I've watched the first season. It was good.
it's
really good.
Loved it because each character is so quirky.
Yeah.
And of
What an
course,
underrated show.
totally underrated. But that's the first time I saw her, and now anytime I see her, she's so memorable.
Oh, yeah.
because she has this bravado about her character. And that one, she was good. Oh, and Richard Kind
Yep.
is her husband,
Yep.
who also plays just a goofball.
Oh.
But you don't know where this story's
No.
going.
But she was also the mom in Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story
Missed that one.
with John C. Reilly. It's like the fake Walk the Line.
Oh,
no, you've
I
seen
would
it.
it's
It's
no,
one
I'm-
of the funniest movies
I'm going
on the
to,
face
'cause
of the earth.
We're going to talk
It's
about
an
parodies in
oldie
just
but
a
a
minute.
goodie,
Yeah,
and
okay.
it's John C. Reilly playing, and it's basically making fun of like Walk the Line and all those like
Yes,
old music.
yes.
But she plays his mom.
Oh, that's not
And
the
it's-
first
she's
time you've
really
seen
funny.
her. Okay.
Yeah.
She's good. So, yeah, the cast in this is really good. I mean, Naomi Watts bringing it. I mean,
Sure,
come on.
But is she just gonna do everything now? Like, does she
Yeah.
just?
She's going to do everything now.
I mean, it's just like
'Cause she
okay.
can.
She can. She's a bad lady.
Yeah.
She can do
Yeah.
whatever she wants. But like, I don't know.
So
Skip
this is-
something?
Yeah, if you're sitting here and you're playing bingo and you're wondering, is my card going to fill the hole of resolution to the Watcher? There's no chip there because it does not. And it's based on a true story.
Yeah, we just never know who it really is, right?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
We
who it
don't
was.
notice. Okay, we don't notice.
That-
We never figured it out.
I know, but somebody
That's
somewhere
like when I get so upset about
knows.
podcasts that I don't read the title well enough because it says unsolved, but it was small. So I waste an hour and a half to listen to some story and like go through an emotional roller coaster. And they're like, and we still don't know who did it. And I'm like, God,
I know. Can't get that.
what are you
hour and a half
talking
back.
about?
In court somewhere.
Yeah, I need to
right.
know. They don't have an update. It's not like the old Unsolved Mysteries where they're like, an update,
Right. Right.
and you're like, yes. But they don't do that anymore.
No. And the watcher falls under that category of you may be wasting part of your life. And it's like 7 episodes. It's some.
And they're not short episodes.
No. Mm-mm.
It's like a movie each time.
Yeah.
Which is
That's-
like normal now.
Okay,
But I'm like, ugh.
In fact, I thought it was just 1 episode. And then I thought, oh, they're going to solve
And then
this.
they're like, oh, wait, 8 more
And I went, wait,
of still
what?
the same
Of
thing. And we're
this?
never going to
I
know
know.
who it is.
I know, don't know. Okay, this next one, everyone take a deep breath.
Been real excited about this.
God forbid the sex scandal that brought down a dynasty. The story of Jerry Falwell Jr. and his wife and Lava.
Becky Falwell and Giancarlo
Grande. Yeah, something.
Wowie Kazowie.
Okay, let's start. I listened to the we listened to the podcast of that whenever
we
that
did.
dropped.
Yes,
so
we did.
I was on board with the whole thing. The one thing, a couple things I want to say about it, and then I want to hear what you have to say. Number one is remember it was consensual.
Yeah.
And they are whack jobs.
Yeah.
Number two, how at the end, the January 6th thing plays into it, how Trump gets blamed, you lost me there. It doesn't matter what my political party is, that was digging too deep.
I'll tell you this. This is the beauty of this.
Yes.
You and I have different political views and we are normal and we can have conversations
Absolutely.
and we love each other. And
Right.
It's not weird.
Absolutely.
I think I was wanting a lot more dirty sex than
Me too.
politics in this. And I did
Okay.
not,
I'm glad you
I
said that.
understand how they touched on it, but this was not what I signed up for. This is why I don't watch the news.
Right, thank you.
I get it. But like that could have been like a blimp in the documentary, and then I want to go back to the church people having orgies. Okay,
Me too,
I want to
right.
know more about like how
Right.
nasty they are.
And I
so
wanna know-
I get it, but it was just too. That was too heavy for me, and I don't.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go back. I was like, that's okay, got it. Let's go back to the dirty.
I want to
sex.
see more sexting that they
I want to
had.
see more pictures of him with his pants unbuttoned.
Okay.
And by the way, it was like a normal photo where he has his pants unbuttoned because some woman did, and that's when he started getting in trouble. I want to
And
see
she
more
was
of,
pregnant. Wasn't she like pregnant in the
I want to
picture?
see
It's
more
odd.
of him being a garbage person in the way that he was of this like sexual evangelist abomination.
Right, and
that's what I want to see.
And
That's
he's
what
a
I signed up
voyeur
for.
to this relationship between his wife and this young boy, and who doesn't know who he is. And Arkansas just played the team a few weeks ago, Liberty University.
how
it's Jerry
weird
Falwell
is
Jr.
that?
Yes.
Did they win?
Liberty won.
Oh, that's a dig. That hurts.
Right.
I mean, yikes.
There was no liberty there.
Well, and they've denounced him, right? Like
Yeah.
he's not part
That's
of
right.
that anymore.
That's right.
But it doesn't matter. They should probably change the name. But I think that this documentary, it's just another one of our favorite vibes of evangelist, give us all
It's
your
a cult
money
leader.
and
It's
come
a
on.
cult
And,
leader.
this is all about Jesus. This is what Jesus wants. But it's
Whatever.
always according to whatever they want in their lifestyles. And like, it's okay, like the white Dion,
The white
you can't get
Dion.
divorced, but she got divorced and had a huge disturbing wedding in front
always
of
about
everybody.
sex.
It's all about sex. These people
Every
are
time.
sex maniacs.
All of them.
Good for you, but don't be an evangelist and take everybody's money.
Right.
And
I mean-
make people think that you can teach them. Well,
Yeah, and
right, and tell
tell
them that
tell
they're
people
wrong,
you're wrong.
and that these are condemning people they're taking all their money. They're convincing them that they can make them walk from wheelchairs. It's absolutely bonkers.
Yes, and
so
people
that's the stuff. It's
sign
the
up for it.
evangelist, righteous gemstone stuff that really ruffles my feathers.
Me too.
Now, it was too political for me. I was like, I want to get back to the dirty nitty gritty, but it was still enlightening on, her. I thought the whole Becky Falwell was like,
Becky.
Stage 5 clinger.
Becky with the good hair.
Ain't gonna
My
let it
goodness.
go. She would not. I mean, no shame in her game. Okay?
No.
I mean, and they drink, and he's a raging alcoholic.
Oh yeah, they're all addicts and
But
everything.
that's the thing is like you have to
Frauds.
go like
Frauds.
repent for drinking and all of this
But he can.
hoo-ha.
Right.
But he's a raging drunk.
Yeah.
And a raging sex freak.
Yeah. It's really,
Which just say you're a normal American.
it's disappointing.
Call it a day.
Right. A human.
No one's
It's
judging you.
But
We are because you judge everybody else and steal their money.
Yes.
Shame to yourself.
Yes. It
Jerry
would be
Falwell
highly,
Jr.
yes, it'd be highly disappointing.
It's like I'm waiting for Billy Graham for people to say that Billy Graham was a great big.
don't
Well, I'm just
say
saying
it.
nothing is sacred anymore.
You're right.
We don't notice.
I would take to the bed if that happened.
Well, I'll pray for you.
I hearted him.
I know,
loved
but
him
you
so
know,
much.
we don't know anything.
Remember your dad met him at
Yeah,
that
I know.
revival.
There's a photo at the river. But
Oh, my
you
gosh.
just can't trust anybody. Right.
It is a Jim Baker, yeah. Which somebody even called, God forbid, the sex scandal show, Wall Street Meets the Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Yeah. But
it's-
it goes to show you that a lot of times with the church, you cannot trust anybody.
You really can't trust anybody anywhere.
No.
I mean, man,
Go with your gut.
Hello. Okay.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Go with your gut, people.
Yeah.
Just
And
if it looks
run
weird and
from
feels
them.
weird,
It's
it's
weird.
then just
right.
get out of there.
Right. Don't start justifying it. Go, well, that's because it's the church.
Put your checkbook back up
Yeah, put it
and
away.
don't give them your children's college fund.
Okay, speaking of, now let's more parents are stupid. It's Killer Sally.
Killer. So I kind of liked her by the end of it.
They redeemed her, but she was a badass.
Well, yeah, she was Killer Sally. It was a military turned bodybuilder woman. I'm assuming this was in Florida. I can't remember.
No,
I
it's
just assumed-
California.
Oh, okay. I
It
just
was
assumed Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that was an amazing tale. The thing that got me, so Killer Sally was this woman. She killed her husband. He was very abusive. What did it do? I had to take a break from watching it because she killed him on, and this is a quote, Valentine's Day.
She said it.
She didn't say Valentine's
Several
Day.
times.
Valentine's
Valentine's Day.
It's like
Yeah.
saying library.
It is.
It's not a word.
Right.
But I wish that the producer just say, it's Valentine. And it
No,
kept
they
coming
had
up
to
because that's when
keep
she killed
it.
him on Valentine's Day.
They had to
So
keep
I had
it.
to take a day break. But I went back and finished it. And it's it's an interesting story. So, she gets charged.
Well, the documentary starts with her in prison.
Yeah.
You figure it's prison, by the way.
her jacket.
her orange jumpsuit.
She's got
gives it
this
away.
prison-y jacket on.
Right.
And there's nothing on the walls.
And her hair is not
There's a
been
lot of
done
dust everywhere.
in a long time. So
she
you're-
doesn't even she can't wear chapstick.
No. Well,
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
prison library
yeah.
looking.
So she, in the beginning, you're thinking, okay, she's telling the story. So clearly she was convicted of a crime. So they do. My husband thought they could have wrapped it up in one episode,
Totes.
but I said, they got things to do. They got places to be.
Apparently.
And it took a minute to get through the story, but I thought they wove it well.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I'm thinking convict. The second episode, I'm thinking, well, he deserved it. The
A
third
huge
episode,
victim.
yes,
Huge victim.
the third episode, she redeems herself.
Well, okay. So I go on the roller coaster with you, but there's 3 episodes. The first one is let's talk about her relationship with her husband, all the steroids. He liked to.
He was on maybe 6 or
and
7
he was a
and she was on
philanderer.
1. Yeah.
He was a philanderer,
Oh,
and so, but she was, but Lisa, she's a bully.
Yeah.
Okay, she
beat up the
people
postman.
up all the time. Okay, she was very
But they
violent.
don't reveal that till the second episode.
Right. So yeah, after that first one, you get the backgrounds, and the second one, it's like she was violent too.
She was very violent.
and that did not bode well for her case. I'm not saying that she deserves to be. Well, no, I mean you kill someone, you shoot someone 2 times with a shotgun, not once, but 2 times, and the second time in the face.
And remember what the son said? Mom, why did you go back and fire again?
Why'd you go back? Just shouldn't have done
If
the
she
second
had done
round.
it once, it would look like self-defense.
Totally.
Goes back. And
Second time in the face.
and then
You
it
go
was-
into jail.
You're going to jail.
Yeah. Well, but she's out and
She
remarried
is. Yeah.
to a lovely man, and I think that she's really
body
happy.
slamming him as we speak.
Well,
Throwing him
you
down.
know I'm a visual person,
Right.
and now I want to die.
Okay, wait a minute. The whole visual thing of people who would hire her to rough them up.
And it
Do you all
almost
know
was like,
that's a
did
thing?
it not make you think of Tickled?
Yeah. Have y'all ever seen Tickled?
We talked about Tickled.
Have we talked about it?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
chills.
girl. We talked about that the first
Okay.
time we did this.
Allison, have you seen it? It
Oh,
is
I own it.
Because
I've made boyfriends. I made boyfriends watch it.
No, it is unbelievable. It was like Tickled.
Because they're in a hotel room and they're wrestling
Creepy,
around.
nasty.
And they're not being tied down like in the documentary Tickled.
No.
which if you've ever dated me, you've seen it because
It's a
I'm mean
requirement.
like that.
It's a requirement.
I'm mean like that. But it was just like this weird low budget videos, but these men that that would pay her to wrestle her, and they would give her a bunch of money, and they bailed her out of jail. Like they really loved her. That's like that humiliation type thing that a lot of men want.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, sure.
She had some kind of appeal with these people that
She's pretty.
She's rough.
Y'all, I don't know how great you can look on that much steroids.
That's true. Okay, here's another one. So we talked earlier about Walk Hard, which was it's a parody, right? Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
I haven't been able to watch it yet because I can't access it yet, and I am so excited.
How do I have Roku?
Where? I don't have Roku.
She doesn't.
Download the app. I did it.
It's free.
I did it yesterday.
Is it 100% free? Because this is another streaming app.
100% free.
I just don't want another streaming app.
You have to watch a few commercials.
My passwords are so basic. It's like Natalie 3, Chapman 3 exclamation point
don't
because I
tell
can't
them.
remember.
Good idea.
Oh,
Because they'll go on too.
well, you're welcome.
Because we had. Wait, I got a notice the other day from the one we all share. Is it Hulu that we all share?
Yeah.
And it said you need to change it. You've been,
I'm
compromised or something.
You can still watch though.
You have to go to another TV in our house because it won't even let me get through it. And
I just changed it.
I know,
They're
but
cracking
since then-
down. This is stupid.
Well, see, Facebook. That's what happened to me.
Well.
Okay, Weird. The Al Yankovic story is on Roku. She loves it.
I love Weird Al Yankovic.
Always have. Harry Potter's in it.
We love him.
And the whole thing is a parody about his life because
So good.
there's a scene where Andy Warhol's there and Salvador Dali. And I go, I didn't know he was in that.
Are they friends?
It's everything he does is satire.
Right.
And so then when he and Madonna fall in love.
Okay, of course.
And he says he's going to stop doing parodies and he does this song called Eat It.
Oh, Eat It was the parody off of Michael Jackson's Beat It.
But he, in this documentary, fake documentary. Did I say that okay? Beep. Did I need to beep? Say okay?
Mockumentary.
Yeah, mockumentary. I was saying fake documentary. Is mom, dad, my kids. They're like, Lisa?
You good.
But with that, in it, he's saying, no, I wrote this song. And then Michael Jackson, he goes, a guy in a red leather jacket gets
Stole
my
it,
song.
yes.
So everything
I love everything about it. I can't wait to watch it.
He's really brilliant.
Oh, yeah. He is a genius.
He is. And he's got like a hot wife.
Yes. Because he's a wonderful person.
He is.
He's a lovely man.
So in it, he really disses his dad. And now I have to realize that's fake too.
Yep.
His dad takes his accordion and stomps on it and says, I want you to work at the factory. It's a big fat lie.
Yeah.
But you're tracking with it the whole time going, that happened to him? Then you're like, you and Madonna did not have
You're
a
sending him accordions right now in the mail.
Yes.
No.
But you have to watch it. Okay, another one.
All right, we got to get in on this
Okay,
one.
if I said Fockumentary, then I can talk about orgasms. This is called Orgasm Inc., the story of one taste, and tell the nice people what it's about. 'Cause
Well,
it's something.
it's about this cult
It's a cult
from
It's
by this woman named Nicole. It was like Daedon.
yeah,
Daedon.
something. It's a
And
sex cult.
It's about
odd.
the power of the. I can't say it without blushing. The O. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's called like So they have things.
That's right.
It's all based on orgasms and
like meditation with
they
it.
have
and-
master strokers.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's all about the.
How are
It's all
we
about the
We're
power
so
of female.
kinky now.
O's.
Man, we used
Well,
to be a
it-
family show.
Well, it turns into it's America.
yeah.
It's America.
Right.
But
Jerry Falwell Jr. is probably all up in Becky. They're probably all up in it.
super fans.
They are probably.
Because we're nasty. I'm just kidding. We're not. So it's about, initially it begins as supposed to be like empowering and how like powerful women can be, and which we are, no doubt.
Right.
It definitely evolves into an absolute sex cult where they have like, and they, you know that I'm scared of like a cult, devil stuff scares me. They start doing things with snakes and like these rituals and all of this. And then she starts talking about how rape's cool. Rape isn't rape. And it's up to you, and it's in your head if you think it's non-consensual. And
her
to change it
dad
because
was
her
her-
dad was a monster pedophile. He was in jail for 50-something counts of pedophilia.
Yeah.
And she just
justifies
decided
it.
because she has so much trauma. She was used to lure in victims as a child. And she didn't know really what that meant. And that's like, she's so messed up that she's turned rape into what she tried to make it cool. Okay. And she tried to tell victims that they don't, there's no such thing really. And to turn it into an empowerment. And she's like, if you just make it consensual, then it's not rape. It's like, but what? Hey, that's when I started screaming at the TV. And then she, goes on this whole thing about feeding the beast of the man. And that if you're turned on 100%, then you're not, just make yourself turned on and you're not being AR'd. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's when it started getting like, that's when it became one of the darkest I mean, I knew this was recent because I watched The Goop. We watched The Goop with Gwyneth Paltrow thing. And she had her on there as a guest. I haven't heard any statements by Gwyneth Paltrow lately
any
about
takebacks
it.
at this
yet,
point?
because it's still an investigation. So they figured out that a lot of women were AR'd like in a male gang situation, like not
Wasn't
a gang, but like a gang bang.
Was her quote, I got raped and all I got was this victim story?
Was this victim story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's absolutely atrocious. And it just like blew my mind. And she's being investigated. She's in trouble. They're in trouble. It's not like NXIVM yet, but like,
well,
we don't know this yet. That was before. So
I think people are so embarrassed and humiliated that they fell for it. That's what I think happens, why so many victims don't come forward, because then their friends are saying, you're the biggest idiot I've ever met.
Right.
And then they go, well, let's not bring this back up.
Right. They don't want to. No. I understand. I could only imagine like being a victim that's like speaking out about what I fell for, what I did, what I allowed to happen.
Yes,
but I'm still a victim, and that a lot of people blame the victim, and it's too complicated.
No.
I mean, we're so blessed, but these people like don't know what to do, but they want to stop it. I mean, like it's so complicated.
Yes, it's very, very complicated. The next one is one I've not seen a minute of, but it's The Vow. But you and Allison were squealing about.
That's the NXIVM.
That's right.
Yes, you know.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's another sex cult.
Yeah.
It's the same sitch. But this season 2 is so gnarly. And it's like, I need like to be hosed down after watching each episode, because it's just, they have all the video recording of this Keith Raniere and the abuse of like now we've got kids involved, which we didn't know before. And there's branding. We've talked about it before.
I remember the branding.
But we are it is so foul. It is so
Who has
bad.
that? What?
It's Wonderland. Oh yeah, it's like Michael Jackson Neverland level now. It's on HBO.
Okay, when children start getting involved, back off, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, consenting adults can make their own decision.
Well,
I don't
the
care
parents
what
are
you
the
do.
ones that are like, you can go live with this man.
Okay, back to Parents Are Stupid episode. Oh my gosh.
Don't send your kids to live with cult leaders or just men.
Protect your children. Protect your children.
Well, that's why we already talked. We haven't talked about it.
No, we're getting. Okay. That's the last one. Dead to Me just dropped this week, and we're watching it out of concern because Christina Applegate has come forward about her multiple sclerosis.
Yes.
And it's a terrible disease, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so proud of her bravery.
Yeah.
I think she's retiring now. She gained 40 pounds because you're on so many steroids and other
doesn't feel
things.
good.
No, and she doesn't look good because she's not well.
Right.
She literally cannot walk. She uses a cane. Judy Cardinelli, is that how you pronounce her name, is so endearing, but she doesn't have quite, now, in fact, when you see Christina Applegate in it, she's sitting in a chair, she's never walking across the room. So
Christina Applegate has the bite. Like like everything she's in, she is witty. Her timing is perfect. Like she is, I think, a wonderful female comedian. She is so good.
I mean, I was not a, Married with Children. But
no, but like she's did all
when
the
she was
like
on
Will Ferrell movie,
Anchorman,
Anchorman. She's done.
She brought it, y'all.
Bad Moms. She
brought it. She brings
done
it.
so much.
She's great. So I want to watch it. It's a little slow right now. I'm on episode maybe 4, but I'll finish it because I want to see the resolution, because I do have to resolve the crisis at hand.
Sure.
Crises at hand, because they have several.
Right.
Now, the one that we're leaving for the last, but it really could have been, we buried the lead in this. It is Friend of the Family. friend of the family. Natalie and I were obsessed with the
We've
original.
talked about the documentary here.
And
Abducted in Plain Sight.
Abducted in Plain Sight. Natalie and I watched it. That may have been 2019. We were screaming at
the TV.
and had to take a break
Yeah.
because that's the one where when I went to tell my husband about it, he said, you can't be telling that right. The mom, the dad, and the daughter all are involved with the same predator.
Yes.
And he goes, not the mom and the dad and the daughter. And I went, back off.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. And he said, I never want to hear another story about this.
It's
and then they
made the show.
They do this show, and a kid from Arkansas plays young Jan Broberg.
And she's amazing.
She is amazing.
Yancy
Hendricks, right. And she's just an average kid who goes to public school there.
Hendricks
Yancy. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't even know my brain did that.
It's towards the end, and I've had wine.
Yeah.
I'll get a snack
I
soon.
just had water, and I've interviewed Hendricks Yancy now that I'm getting it all confused. Okay. So she is amazing as young Jan Broberg. In fact, when she's no longer on it, I kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
The other girl's not as good.
No. I love Colin Hanks. He plays the dad.
I love Colin Hanks
But
so
I
much.
don't like this. I don't like it. The dad to me was the part that made me
He's one of the parents are
cringe
stupid.
the most.
Yeah, the mom
and the
dad.
mom is Anna Paquin. Actually, okay, the mom's the worst
Oh.
in real life.
Moms are stupid.
Mom's because so this girl is kidnapped by the neighbor guy twice. And the parents like let it happen, and like they're so stupid, and it's just so
Well, he
ridiculous.
blackmailed
And
them
he
and-
blackmailed them. Yes, he used things over there, but the mom had an affair with him for like 8 months after he had kidnapped her and returned her from Mexico.
Yeah, and married her.
Married her in Mexico. She
Yeah.
was 12.
She was a
And
child.
he had her convinced that people from Planet Gleep Glop were going to
Gleep
kill
Glop,
her
right.
family if
Yes.
she didn't have a baby with him.
Bless it. And she, of course, she believes it
So
all.
believe that till she was 16.
Because he said they will kill your sisters if
Yeah,
you,
and he was playing like
These
alien
tapes.
sounds like in the it's just
What an
so
odd
it's
dude.
so next level
Yeah.
crazy.
and it's true.
And it's true. Yep.
Think about that just a moment. So I'm wrapping it up here. The ball is in your court because as we're recording this, one of your favorites is being dropped this week, a movie that you're real interested in. What
Yeah,
is
you're
it?
not gonna like it.
What is it?
It's the new Timothée Chalamet movie called Bones and All. But I just want to share because I've definitely talked on this podcast about my crush on him.
Yes.
And he is older now and he has more of a adult shoulder vibe. It's not, he doesn't look like a little boy anymore.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make that clear
Yeah, that's
that
very
he
clear.
is 26, 27
Considering
years
everything
old.
we've talked about has been
Yeah,
about
I just
children.
wanted to be crystal clear. He's 27 and he's a super hunk, but he does have a young looking type body. But in this one, I saw muscles and underarm hair.
So
So,
you
I
felt
think it's
better.
fine. Yeah.
You felt like you were in the
But
clear.
it's about cannibalism.
You are.
Yeah, like a lung. Yeah, like
You
a
get
young
all the
person.
yucks, don't you? It's cannibalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he is like, he's all grown up. He has like blood all over his face. In the
I don't
movie.
care.
Okay, I got
you
it.
know me so well.
No, I don't. I knew you were going to watch it.
Yeah, not even interested.
But it's going to be, it's already going to be nominated for all the awards. It got like 95%. It's the same director that did Call Me By Your Name. So it's like really beautifully done and like the
Okay.
cinematography. It's going to be, I'm going tomorrow night, y'all.
and then you're going again.
Yeah, maybe again on Thursday.
Right. Natalie's host of the wildly popular podcast called Put Your Books Down that was birthed from this conversation we're having.
You gave birth to it.
Well, we were here.
Lisa gave birth to
I'll
it.
push the baby out now because we were here and you said, we get it, you're smart. Just put your books down and
Yeah.
watch something.
Yeah.
And that's how we were here.
And yeah, it's this definitely focuses on the pop culture aspect that I get to do with you on your podcast. And yeah, I mean it's silly, it's ridiculous.
And you cover the
It's fun.
hard-hitting things like...
riveting content, you guys.
Riveting content.
We talked about, and my co-host Angela Bingham, she is out of Raleigh, and so we just kind of do a lot of riffing back and forth about things that we like and movies and music. And our episode that comes out, like our Friendsgiving episode, and we talk about people we would have dead or alive or characters tomorrow.
Yeah.
At our Friendsgiving table. Mine's weird.
Really
Shocking.
shocking. Right. Because the thing about you is, since Allison's here too. I babysat both of you in the 80s. Your talk about parents are stupid. I mean, why they depended on me?
Because you're super nurturing. What do you mean?
I'm a lot of fun. I'm great at weddings, bar mitzvahs. I mean, all the
be
things.
be sure and tip your waitress. Like, you're always good.
Right. So with you, when I babysat you, you were watching Marilyn Monroe movies, and we've talked about this. And your grandmother said you're going to grow up to be a hussy.
A hooer.
Yeah. Because of your obsession. So you've always loved film.
Yeah.
And I've always loved to
I'm
be
reading
entertained.
Quentin Tarantino's new book right now, and it's amazing.
It's got words. You're reading it?
Oh, yeah.
Is he reading it to you?
No,
really
I'm a
proud of
page
you.
turner.
I'm really
so
proud of you.
it's also important to know that I read. I don't want people to think that I
Because you
think
take
people are
Adderall,
like,
right?
sure.
Okay,
I drink
right.
a Celsius and read a book.
Yes.
But no, it's really interesting because his childhood is about like how he studied these movies, and his parents took him to adult movies because he knew how to act right, and that's exactly what I got to see all
Wait,
the
when you
adult
say
movies.
adult movies.
No, I mean like rated R, like he saw Steve
didn't know
McQueen
where we were
movies.
going
No, I
with
saw
this.
like Seven. I got to see Silence of the Lambs. I got to see
Yeah.
all of these movies in the theater because we acted right and we could handle it.
Yeah.
And we weren't, we didn't go home and like, I mean, I had nightmares, but I didn't tell my parents because I
Right.
wanted to go to the next movie.
Yeah, you did.
I
And
did.
You've always loved him. So
I did.
Your podcast is very,
Yeah.
very good.
Thank
and
you.
Darren, let's put a link to it in the show notes for this.
Yes.
We're going to wrap up, and then we're going to go eat. And then, you know what? We'll do this again. Is it 3 months we do it? February. Okay. We'll do it again in the quarter. And then, if you want to, if you would like to be a contestant here and sit with us,
Contestant.
Sure, yes. Be sure and text us, and we'll invite you because we love having people with us.
Yeah.
And we love it when
It's
you
your
bring
house.
brownies. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Stevie.
Thanks, Stevie.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the Lisa Fisher Said podcast. Be sure to hit subscribe and download all the episodes and leave a review, won't you? The Lisa Fisher Said podcast is produced by ClantonCreative.com.